Do you wish you could receive PR like this every single week? With me being both a content creator and a social media coordinator for top beauty brands around the world, I'm gonna give you the inside scoop. Get ready to take some notes. Okay, first I'm gonna jump right into branding your social media accounts. One of the most important things on social media is that you have accounts that reflect what you actually create. I always say it's a best practice to have a separate personal Instagram account, TikTok, YouTube, etc., compared to one where you actually post your content. I think it's super important to treat your social media accounts like a business. For many of us, it is a business, but even if it's not a business for you yet and you want it to be, you need to treat it as such. That doesn't mean you can't have fun, of course. You can still have all the fun in the world. I have plenty of fun on social media, but you still need to have a sense of professionalism and really making sure that everything encompasses who you are and what you are as a creator. This is especially important because when a brand is looking for new creators to send PR to, they're not gonna spend all the time in the world looking at all these different social media accounts. I mean, take it from me. I have created so many social media campaigns for creators to send them PR, gift campaigns, paid campaigns, and more. And if your account is not set up in a way that's easy for me to actually digest what you do as a creator, it's on to the next. You know, it's not that us social media coordinators are being lazy, it's just that we have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of creators that we have to look through, and we can't spend 10-15 minutes on every single account. Your accounts need to be set up in a way that make them super easy for someone to just look at it for a quick few seconds and know exactly what you're all about. You basically want to think of yourself as a brand because you want to have, you know, if you have a color scheme that you like, maybe, you know, you love purples and pinks, incorporate those colors throughout your photo covers or your reel video covers or your TikTok covers. You know, on your Instagram highlights, for example, you can have different highlights of the things that you do the most of, whether it's like a section for what's coming out in makeup or your favorite products, things like that. You just really want to make sure that everything is branded and really speaks to who you are. Basically, in a nutshell, paint a picture of who you are for a brand. I also know for me specifically, when I'm looking for creators to hire or to send product to on behalf of a brand, I tend to prefer creators who do have that sense of professionalism because for me, it looks like you got your shit together. It makes me feel like you're probably confident in what you're doing. And I want someone who, when I send product to them or I, you know, reach out to them for a paid partnership, anything like that, like I don't have to worry as much. All right, next is connecting with the right people. Now, when I say connect with the right people, I mean connect with people who actually have the ability or the power to do something for you, like from the brand side. So for me, a really important platform is LinkedIn, and I don't feel like I see any creators almost ever use LinkedIn. It's so important. So many opportunities that I've gotten have come from LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, for example, you can connect with influencer marketing managers, PR coordinators, brand reps, things like that, and you can put yourself literally in front of the people who have the ability to actually do something for you. So something like that is super important to do. Next, you wanna make sure that you're actually engaging in a brand's content. So maybe go to TikTok, maybe go to Instagram on a brand's account that you actually wanna get PR from. Actually interact with them, engage with them, respond to their stories, comment on their posts, things like that, because at the end of the day, again, for those who don't know, most of the time the people behind the scenes are the social media coordinators. For example, brands that I've worked with in the past, I was the one that was on their TikTok, I was running their TikTok, I was the one sending out PR, like I said, I was doing all these things behind the scenes. You don't realize that I'm the one you're talking to, and you may not realize how many comments we actually see from creators on a daily basis. So really, that's like the perfect opportunity to get your name, your face, your content right in front of us, because we're always responding to comments. We're always looking for things in our content itself. Also, if you notice my hairline doing some weird things right now, my barber decided to cut off all my hair way too short. Not what I wanted, not what I asked for.
I'm so freaking pissed.
And he also lined up my forehead. So he like took a razor and like went up and made it like super perfect and sharp. But obviously it's growing back in and it looks like I'm either losing hair or got like hair transplants or something. And I didn't, just so you know. Next, it's super important to actually use products from brands that you want to have PR from. I'm not saying that every person has the ability to try every product from every brand they want to get PR from, but it definitely helps if you already have products from a brand and you actually create content using that product before they send it to you. Because, fun fact, we on the brand side can see absolutely every time you've ever tagged us in comments or in content on any social media platform. We can see your engagement, your analytics, even if you try to hide them on Instagram. We can see all the likes, we can see if you have fake followers, we can see absolutely everything. So much more than you think. We use platforms like Maverick to do that. I need a different concealer. That one is so dried out. Anyway, so it's important that the more content you have organically that you've posted that includes a brand that you want to work for, the better. Another tactic I like to do if and when I want to reach out to a brand for PR, especially like it's usually a larger brand, what I'll do is I'll send them content I've already made using their product and be like, hey, really love your products. Here's a video or two of me using this, this, or this. You know, if I want them to be allowed to reshare it, I'll give them permission to reshare it because of course, remember, you have to give permission for them to share your content. They are legally not allowed to just share it.
And
like post it on their account without your permission. But when you send content like that to a brand, it one, shows you have a lot of initiative, two, it shows that you're working hard, and three, it shows them that you already know their brand and product, which on the brand side would make me or them feel like, oh wow, well if they already know the brand, they already know the product, if I send them product, they're most likely going to use the product. Now please remember that PR in of itself is obligation free. Anytime a brand gives you product and then tells you that you have to do something with it, a post, a story, etc., that no longer is PR. It is now a partnership and needs to be disclosed as a paid partnership. That payment is product. So I think some people get confused with that. They think that only when you get money, you have to disclose it as a paid partnership. Compensation is money, it's materials, it's products. So if a brand says, here's product, you have to make a video or a story and you do it, that is a paid partnership. So please disclose it appropriately. But if a brand just sends you product, it is considered a gift. But I don't want you to think of it as a gift because at the end of the day, what is PR for a brand? PR for a brand is marketing products. It's them giving you product so that you create content. They're not requiring you to, like I said, because then it would not be PR. They're not requiring you to create content. They're just essentially gifting it to you, but they're gifting it to you with the hopes that you're going to create content because again, that is the whole point of PR on the brand side. Now for you as a creator, the whole point of PR is to have new products so that you can try new things, you can create new content, you can tag these brands, and it's going to help you grow. It's going to have new audiences viewing your content. It's going to have people engaging with your content because they want to see your thoughts and opinions on a product or how it works or how it wears, etc. Like I said, at the end of the day, for a brand, they want you to make content with it because that's the whole point. And you as a creator should want to create content with those products, which leads me to my next point is when brands do send you PR, which they will send you PR after you watch this video, I can assure you that.
Oh, say less.
When they send you product, do your best to actually create content using it because why wouldn't you want to keep those good relationships? If a brand is sending you product and you create content, guess what? They're going to see that you're doing that because they're going to follow up. They're going to look over your socials and see if you've posted with the products they've sent you, or else they know not to send you product again because it's just them throwing away money at the end of the day. So the more content you make using these products, the better. Because then what are brands going to do? Send you more product. A lot of times I hear people tell me like, oh, I got PR from a brand. They sent it one time and never, sent me product again. And I'm like, did you create content with it? Well, no, I didn't have time. When did they send it to you? 6 months ago. Well, there's your answer.
It's been some girl-on-girl crime here.
Next, it's so important to do your research. If you're just sending messages to brands or tagging them or just requesting PR from them with no strategy, no intention, you're probably not going to be too successful. Also, look at the difference. Like one size, bug me up. Now, what I mean with doing your research is, for example, let's say NYX Cosmetics. Let's say they just come out with a new product and you want to try that product out. You want to get PR from them. So do your research on that product. Kind of keep tabs on these brands. And this is where it's also important to follow some of those accounts like Trend Mood, where they're constantly letting everybody know what new products are out. Because then what you can do is take that information to the brand and basically be like, create your pitch, send it to them, but then incorporate the fact that you know that they just came out with this product. And then you can kind of describe how you would use that product in a tutorial or a review or whatever type of content you make, how you can utilize that product for your audience because you know that that brand's going to want additional support on their new launch, of course. It's much more impactful if you're talking about a recent product launch when you're reaching out to brands than it is to talk about a product that they released like a year ago. Because while all brands obviously want sales, they're going to want to focus on the selling of new products, like new releases, Next, we're going to talk about pitches in general, how you're reaching out to brands, where and what you're actually including in those pitches. So let's say you're reaching out to me, I'm working for a brand, you're reaching out to me and you want PR and all you're saying is, hey, I'm so-and-so, I create this type of content, would love to get free product from you, period. Like, I'm gonna be like, next, delete. Like, I'm literally not gonna give it any time, any thought, because there's gonna be so many of those types of emails and requests in my inbox. You need to do something to set yourself apart. You need to be special. You need to make yourself be special and kind of wanted and valuable to the brand or the social media coordinator reading your email. So for example, if you have some really special metrics that you can provide, that's super helpful. If you reach out to me and you're saying, I'm a really big fan of your product, I've been using it for 5 years, my favorite product is A, B, and C. I really love this product because it does this, this, and this for me, whereas other products don't really do this, this, and this for me. That's something impactful. It shows me that you know the brand, you know the product, you did your research like we talked about earlier, and you're basically forming a proposal for me to want to give you product. But like I said, if you have important metrics, you can include that. And you could say, oh, I have 1 million followers on TikTok. My engagement rate is 8.7%, whereas the average is 3.1%. You could say I'm averaging, 20 million views on TikTok, and a creator my size averages 10 million views. So I'm, bringing in double the viewership, which could be really great if you send me product basically and I create videos using your product. When you provide information like that, it gives the brand so many more reasons to want to send you product compared to someone else. It's just so important to lead with intention when reaching out to brands. Because you have to remember, they have thousands and thousands of people a month reaching out to them for free product or to work with them in a paid capacity. And like I said, you need to just make sure that you're standing out and giving them reason to actually read through your full email and give it some consideration. Now, as far as like where you should reach out to these brands to actually send them your pitches, there's several places. For starters, of course, the old traditional, let me just DM you on Instagram. Like that works. It's not the smartest way in my opinion, but it definitely can work. You have to remember that, every brand is different. So for example, in my past roles as a social media coordinator for brands, I was also the one on the other side of DMs and responding to them. And I also had the power and the ability to send you product. But not all brands are the same. Sometimes they have the people on social who are, responding to DMs and comments and all that kind of stuff who don't have the ability to send you product. They're basically just the ones that are like community managers basically, and they have to send your request to someone in a higher role to actually consider sending you products. So there's a really high chance that your DM is just gonna get lost in the shuffle. Now going back to LinkedIn, like I was talking about earlier, that's a great place to reach out to brand reps because when you go to a brand's page, and let's just say you go to Morphe's page, you scroll down to the people section, you can see the job titles of those people, and you can find the ones that say, influencer marketing manager, coordinator, director of partnerships, PR coordinator, social media manager. Like those are typically the titles of employees that are gonna have the ability or the power to send you product. So those are the people you wanna focus your attention and your emails and your DMs to. I've also had creators ask me if it's appropriate to send a brand a request for PR in multiple places, and absolutely the answer is yes. If you wanna reach out via email, go ahead and do that because again, the person receiving that email is probably going to be different than the person that you send an Instagram DM to. And at the end of the day, these people who run the social platforms for brands or marketing for brands, their whole job requires them to receive endless amounts of DMs and emails and outreach. So nobody's going to get mad if you send a DM and an email. And chances are the same person is not going to receive your email and your DM, but it gives you a better shot of actually having your pitch entertained. I am extremely confident that if you have written down all this information and you start making a plan to action each and every single one of these tidbits of information, you're going to absolutely be able to start receiving PR in 2024. The only person that's stopping you is you. If you have any questions at all, please drop them in the comments below. I am more than happy to expand on any of the things I talked about in this video, answer any and all questions, and to help continue pointing you in the right direction. 2024 is your year. I believe in you. You just have to believe in yourself. So with that being said, I'm gonna go unbox on the PR that I showed you at the beginning of this video and finish off this makeup look. I really hope that you found this video super helpful. If you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below. Don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one.